The federal government has designated MS-13 a terrorist organization. So when Democrats fly south to El Salvador to break him out of prison, is that aiding and abetting a known terrorist? That's like Democrats flying to Gitmo during the war on terror and trying to spring loose al-Qaeda. There's no way this ends well for them. This is a fight they can't win. Remember the ad last election where Kamala said she was going to give taxpayer-funded sex change surgeries to illegals in jail? Kamala is for they, them. Trump is for you. Remember that? Republicans are going to run ads before the midterms of Democrats trying to release MS-13 terrorists back into the country. Do the Democrats comprende? Let's bring in Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders. Governor, is there anybody in your state who would consider visiting a mega prison in El Salvador to break out a terrorist?
It's insane to think that this is what Democrats want to stake their claim on. James Carville has gone from the ragin' Cajun to the ragin' crazy. That's what this debate really is about. What is normal and what is crazy? And the left has gone so far to the crazy side that they are willing to literally fly to El Salvador to vouch for an MS-13 gang member. I think Donald Trump got elected in large part because he was saying how insane it was that we weren't securing our border. But this takes it to a whole new level. They're not just not securing their border. They're fighting and putting their political careers on the line for MS-13 gang members. That is the definition of crazy. It's why Donald Trump won re-election. It's why his numbers are soaring. And it's why the American people have shifted so far on this issue, because the Democrats are so completely out of touch that they spend more time defending an MS-13 gang member than they do Americans. Van Hollen has spent more time actually traveling and trying to help this gang member than he has the people that he serves in his state. It is totally crazy, and Donald Trump is right to continue fighting for it. It's why we spent the last several weeks here in Arkansas passing legislation that will put enhanced penalties on violent illegals that are here in our state. We side with President Trump, and I think that everybody in Arkansas is glad to see that we have a president back in the White House that's actually doing something about the violent illegals in our country, securing our border, and getting rid of those violent people from the United States.
I assume you have good staff, Governor. Your staff tells you stuff, maybe stuff that you don't know because you're too busy being governor. Do you think the staff of Van Hollen has told the senator that this guy's been accused of hitting his wife, that this guy's been accused of trafficking human beings across state lines? Does he have any idea who he's vouching for?
I mean, surely he understands, but maybe he just doesn't care. Maybe he thinks that this is the political place. Hopefully he's tuning into your show and getting a little bit of an education tonight on just how absurd it is that he's spending his time on this person instead of the people that he should be representing and serving, American citizens, not someone who broke into the country illegally, committed crimes while he was here. The idea that they have not only allowed but supported his move to do that is beyond my comprehension.
All right. Well, if they do have prime time in El Salvador, adios, Senator. Have a good Friday tomorrow. Governor, thank you so much. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.